And we're going live. Already 2 viewers. All right, guys. Let me know if you can hear me and see me.
There's no picture yet, but I don't know if it's the 30-second delay.
I've only been streaming for like a couple seconds now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's because of that. Oh, there you go.
Can you see me and hear me? All right, guys, start firing away questions. There are 2 or 1 of y'all in here right now. So as soon as you ask me a question, I'll kind of walk you through and help. Yeah, just waiting. What's up? So my wife is in here. She's going to help me moderate any questions you ask so I can actually go a little quicker instead of constantly looking at my computer screen. Clearly they don't have questions. Which is either a good thing or a bad thing. That means either I made it too easy or too hard. Man, Kota is knocked out over there, isn't he? Oh, I'm ready to do some math. Somebody needs to ask a question. What?
I'm just thinking.
What you thinking about?
Oh, just maybe if you know they're going to have problems on a specific problem, go ahead and just look at that problem. No. Geometry number 3, clarification station.
Big Red, what day?
Clearly number 3.
There's 4 days with number 3s on it.
I got you. Okay, she just got the day 2.
Day 2. Okay. What was it again in day 2?
Yeah.
Clarification station?
Yeah, geometry number 3.
Number 3. Just a second. It's loading so I can look at it. Oh, no, that's number 2. Number 3. Beautiful. All right, so let me draw this up here. In number 3, I say use the isosceles trapezoid ABCD to find x, given that segment EF is the mid-segment. All right, so let me draw it. Oh, let me turn my board on. Here we go. So I have a trapezoid. This is A, B, C, D. I tell you it's an isosceles trapezoid. That means that these legs are congruent and then these bases here are parallel. There's a line right in the middle here, and I tell you that this is EF. And then in the picture, I have 6 times, I know I'm a little bit on the top, I'm sorry, x plus 1/3. On my bottom, I have 4x minus 2, parentheses, 3 plus 2x. And I tell you the mid segment is 29. And I basically ask you to find x. Find x. This is a classic type of problem that we do all the time in my class. We're going to use geometry to set up algebra. Then we're going to solve the algebra problem. All right, so the first thing we need to know is we need to know the formula for my mid segment. My mid segment formula is going to be, so my EF right here is going to be 1/2 of AD plus BC. So I just plug everything into the formula and solve. So my EF is 29. This is going to be 1/2 of, well, my AD is, I'm going to put this in a different type of parenthesis, 4x minus 2 times 3 plus 2x plus my BC, which is 6x plus 1/3. From here, it's just algebra 1. We're going to work the inside the parentheses first and kind of go from there. So I have 29 equals 1/2. Here I'm going to do hippity-hoppity distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. Same here. So it's going to reduce down to 4x minus 6, because negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And then negative 2 times 2x is a negative 4x. Plus, I now have a 6x, and then 6 divided by 3 is 2, so plus 2. All right, now I'm going to go ahead inside the parentheses, just combine like terms. I have a 4x minus 4x. These go away. So let's see, I still have 29 equals 1/2 of, let's see, so I've got 6x, and then negative 6 plus 2 gives me minus 4. I can distribute this. I could have earlier multiplied by 2 over here and turn this to 58. It doesn't really matter what order you do this in. I now have 29 equals 3x minus 2, because half of 6 is 3 and half of 4 is 2. From here, add 2 to both sides. We'll roll with it. And I have 3x equals 31. I feel like I did something wrong. I think this should have been an integer answer. And then I'm going to divide by 3 on both, which x gives me 31 over 3. Let me double check my work. Yeah, I think when I set this up, it was an integer answer, but I may have made a mistake. 6x plus 1/3. That's going to give me 6x plus 2. Distribute this. Oh, nope. The negative 6, negative 4x. 4x minus 4x is 0 plus 6x. That works out. Negative 6 plus 2 gives me a negative 4, gives me negative 2, add 2. Yeah, that's the answer. I don't see any mistakes here. If you see any mistakes, just let me know. But that's the basic idea on how to set this up and solve it. Fairly straightforward algebra problem. Any more questions? Is that it?
That's far, yes.
You like that problem?
It's weird though, because like
you're watching me here and then you're watching it on the stream.
Well, 3 different places. So I see it live on the monitor, but then I see writing it, whichever goes backwards, and then.
Oh, I didn't even think from your perspective looking at it, because yeah, completely different. Ah. Big Red, I hope that helped you out. Huh?
Is that better?
He's like, yes. There's 5 people on here. Geometry, number 4, quadrilateral, day 2 spiral. All right, let me go look at it. All right, so if 2 angles are supplementary and the measure of angle A is 56, and the measure of that is, what is the value of M? And oh, okay, I got it. It looks a little funny because I didn't type this one out. So here's what it gives us. It tells us that the measure of angle A equals 56 degrees, and it tells me the measure of angle B is 5x plus 24. All right, so that's the given information, and what it's going to ask for, it says, what is the value of M? I think he means what is the slope. So I'm going to assume it's just what is slope of angle B, the measure of angle B, which in that case is going to be 5. Not real sure on that part of it. And then just what is the measure of angle B? We can calculate that because it tells me that these 2 angles, measure of angle A and measure of angle B, is supplementary. So what that tells me is that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals 180 degrees. All right, from here we just substitute in. We know the measure of angle A is 56, plus the measure of angle B is 5x plus 24, and that has to equal 180. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. I'm going to get 5x, that makes 70, that makes 80, plus 80 equals 180. Subtract 80 from both sides. 5x equals 100, divide by 5. X equals 20. I wonder if that's what he meant, is not what is M, but what is X? What is the value of X? Because X is 20. Now to find the actual measure of angle B, all you do is you plug it back into your formula. So the measure of angle B is going to be 5 times 20 plus 24, which gives me, that's 124. So that's the algebra part of it. Now, because these are supplementary, I didn't have to go through all of this. All I actually had to do is do 180 minus 56. We're going to borrow from here. This gives me a 4, a 2, and a 1, 124. You could have done it this way, or you could have done it the much more fun way using algebra. Hopefully that helps you.
Quadrilateral spiral day 2, number 2.
Hold on, let me erase. Huh?
Clearly geometry.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. What was it?
Quadrilateral spiral day 2, number 2.
If 2 lines are parallel and the third line connects the endpoint to the first 2, are the angles formed by the intersection of the lines supplementary?
And you're on day 2?
Day 2.
Yeah.
Spiral
back?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Why or why not? If 2 lines are parallel and a third line connects the endpoints of the first 2 lines. Okay. All right, so let's just draw this out. In geometry, whenever you have questions with words, turn it into a picture problem. So it says if 2 lines are parallel. So let's draw 2 lines. Well, these are line segments. We're going to assume these are line segments right here. And they have endpoints, and they are parallel. Okay. And then it says, a third line, so I need to draw a third line, connects the endpoints of the first two. So if I just connect them right here, it says, are the angles formed by the intersection of the lines supplementary? Why or why not? Answer in a complete sentence. Okay, so really, I can see this being asked a couple different ways. These are two parallel lines being cut by a transversal. If I look at the scenario here, that's not 90 degrees. If I look at this angle and this angle, those are same side interior angles, so they are supplementary. So let me put some letters to this. A, B, C, D. Okay, so in this case, A and B, because they are consecutive, they're the same side interior angles. So the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B would in fact be supplementary because they are same side interior angles with the parallel line cut by transversal. The other scenario that I could kind of think of is if I have two parallel lines and I draw it this way and connect the endpoints. Well, it really just depends on how we do this. A, B, C, and D. We would know that this angle and this angle are congruent because of parallel lines cut by a transversal, and these are opposite interior angles. We would also know that this angle right here and this angle right here are going to be congruent because those are opposite interior angles. These two are linear combinations, which would make them supplementary. These are same side interior, same here, they're supplementary. So the question of the answer to this is kind of yes and no. It just depends on how you actually draw it. Now, if they said we had to connect the endpoints in a specific way, maybe to make a trapezoid or a specific type of quadrilateral, then there's going to be different properties. But with the way it's worded, the answer is both yes and no. I can look and say that these are on the same side. Two angles that are formed by the intersection of the lines supplementary. So if they're same side interior, answer is yes. If they're opposite interior, then no, they're not supplementary, they'd be congruent. Any other questions? Now guys, I know the intent to that question because we were reviewing quadrilaterals. So I really think the intent was to draw it as a quadrilateral, but it wasn't quite worded that way. We'll try to be better on how we word questions in the future. Are you bored yet?
No, I'm just tired.
Are you? Did you get good sleep last night? No? Dave's kind of stressed out about what she's going to do with her kindergarten classes. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I feel you. My mom can't go to the gym because they close out all the gyms. So no sauna.
So no sauna for your mom. How is she ever going to survive?
Quadrilateral day 2, number 1.
Quadrilateral spiral day 2, number 1. I'm working this whole page. Two angles are supplementary. Two angles are supplementary angles if they what? Write your answer in a complete sentence. To be honest with you, if you just have two angles that are supplementary, I'll give you an example here. Let's call this angle A. And let's say that's an acute angle, so 60 degrees. Why not? Let's keep it simple. And then I have an obtuse angle here. Let's call this angle B, and this is 120 degrees. It said that for two angles to be supplementary is that if you sum them, they're going to equal 180 degrees. So basically, in this case, the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B has to be 180 degrees. If you add up the two angles, they don't equal 180 degrees, then they're not supplementary. If you add the two angles together and they equal 180, then they're supplementary. So in this case, the example I gave, the measure of angle A is 60. And if I add the measure of angle B, which is 120, that equals to 180. So in fact, angle A and angle B are supplementary. Hey, welcome back, It's Your Boy. You were here yesterday. Was Big Red here? I wasn't really looking at the chat yesterday, so couldn't tell you. Yeah, I really think my future is going to be in distance education. This is actually very easy to do. It's like I thought it'd be harder than this.
You're also not having to write out like long as, you're not having to write out long problems. So like if you were to do trigonometric functions, you wouldn't have enough room. You have to erase and then do it again and erase.
Right, but I could deal with that. I mean, if I do eventually go to full distance ed at a junior college, I could just build it and just get a bigger light board where I'd have more space.
True.
I need to go get my master's first, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why it's so easy is because I already have everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Should have gotten a wireless 4K camera.
My bad.
I mean,
I thought I clicked on the 4K one. Okay.
It looks good in 1080p.
My bad. Because it was the same price, too. I thought I clicked on the 4K one.
It's all good. It gets the job done.
It's not like it was expensive, so.
That's true. Eventually upgrade to a 4K. If I'm going to use it at school, though, I have to be able to do it wired like this, because the wireless internet there is not the best. Man, I think I got answered everybody's questions.
It was an accident. I didn't mean to.
Just got a message on Schoology from a student.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't mean to. I forgot. I hope you're comfortable because I am uncomfortable. You see what I did? Are we able to pick up the packets at school?
So Big Red, the school sent out a announcement in Schoology on where your parents can go to pick up the packets. Also, if you're in Schoology, there is a course. I forget what they name it, but it just recently popped up. It would make sense if you look at it. And if you click in there, there's actually PDFs of all of the actual packets themselves. But there's only specific schools and specific times that you're able to pick these packets up. Just go on to Schoology and they will actually tell you where your parents can go or you can go to pick it up. All right. This will ask a quick kid on the Schoology, what's the question? Now, I put in a full day's worth of work, catching up on my emails. Going in and seeing what the kids have submitted to me, just to make sure it's there. Kind of looping everybody in. The stream is the easy part. There's been a message popped up. I just told that student that I'm live right now. Go where? Can I go with you? Because I'm stir crazy. Or no? So guys, I couldn't get the Kota Cam working. Kind of disappointed in it. And while I say that, guess what's actually working right now? So let's pop up the Kota Cam and see what he is doing right now. No, as soon as I click on it, it goes away. Oh, there it is. See my wife's feet and see Kota laying on her, knocked out. Oh. He's got his pimp scarf on. He's ready to be YouTube famous.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh, he's mad?
There you go.
I don't know if you heard that. He is mad.
I'm sorry.
That is my life. Kota, come here. Kota. Kota, come here. Come here.
Why would he leave his comfortable spot?
Man, he's looking at me like, no. Kota. Kota. He's not wanting. He's like, no. Come here. Okay, so my question is, we got assigned on Schoology some folders that have all of our classes, and there is one with Algebra 2. Okay, so with that, I thought it was an actual math question. Sorry. Pretty straightforward. What the school did is they actually took the Algebra 2 stuff that I put in my Schoology. I kind of jumped the gun and put it in there for y'all too, so y'all can get a head start. So it's the exact same work. What I have done is I've messaged, I've let your parents know, hey, it's the exact same work. I don't care which one you do. As of right now, I have a place in our Schoology course where you can turn things in. And this isn't going to affect your grade or anything like this. It's just a place where you can save it so it doesn't actually get lost in all the shuffle and everything else. And I'll put a grade in there, but that grade's not part of your course grade. It's really, that grade just basically tells you that I have it and I can see the picture. So if you do lose it, we have a digital copy of it. So I hope that answers your question. Is he mad at you?
I had to pick him up.
So my Kota and wife cam, my wife's over there monitoring the chat for me. Kota just laying on her. Your shoes are awesome, by the way. See the bottom of your black shoe, the black soles of your shoes. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't be conscious about it.
Well, I was trying to give Kota more room. Oh, I'm sorry. You want your pillow back? No? Here.
He's like, stop. He's like, stop.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm good.
You know, Nala won't come in here.
Yeah, I know. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
all the work we do, we keep until school and turn it in?
I have no idea as of right now. The school's going to release information on that. The only thing I'm doing is I'm giving my kids a place where they can store it on Schoology so it doesn't get lost in case they get it lost. Because I hate for you to do a lot of work and then it get lost in all the shuffle. At least this way I can have a place to store it.
She said, because there's no turn-in box for my work besides geometry.
Big Red, probably because me and the geometry teachers, we talked about this and we had it set up prior to what the school, before they told us how they were going to do their plan. So we wanted to make sure that you guys had a way to get the information to us. So we've done that. I don't know anything else besides that. To me, I would say with geometry, upload it. If you want to upload everything into it, geometry, so at least you have a digital copy of it somewhere, that's fine. Just know as of right now, for me, it's not affecting any of your course grades. It's just a place where you can safely put your documents that we could have access to.
I like that sneak lick.
Because it's me. That's why you have more work.
Oh, ow.
That's why. The school, I gave the school some stuff. But if you want to do more work, I'm going to give you more work.
Why are you getting excited? I'm just going to look at your sister.
Guys, I'm also going to go in and take off all those completion requirements in that, so you can just go right to the thing. Guys, when it comes down to it, the school's asking you to do is what they're uploading in that coronavirus or whatever the thing is. No, they're not going to be 4 minor grades. I'm not going to, until I hear from administration, not going to know what we're going to do with the grades yet. So until I hear from them, I am just simply going to put a 100 in there just to simply say, hey, I got it and I can read it. Other than that, until I get information, I'm not going to do any grades. I just posted something in Schoology about the email I sent your parents explaining the same thing. You really want to take the easy way out and do less? I wouldn't recommend that, because you don't want to take time off of doing math because it's a perishable skill. If you're not doing it on a regular basis, you're going to forget.
Good, I like how you're blocking your sister.
It's a great picture. Is he bowing?
Stop! It's not playtime. No.
Hey.
Okay, fine. I'll take her out.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, hold on, Kota. Now look.
Prioritize your work. That's normal school stuff. Prioritize your work. That's it. I know you probably got stacked a bunch of work from other teachers too. Do what you can. Submit it into me. And then we'll cross the bridge as things go. And I've got to fix my camera because Kota thought it was playtime and moved my camera on me.
It's not playtime, no. What the heck? I forgot he gets excited when I lift Mala.
Make sure my points are still good. Yeah. Points are still good. Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Does anybody have any math questions?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for the kids. They have to do all their coursework, and it's all just sheets.
No.
I couldn't do it.
Kota.
What is he doing?
He just moved the leg of the tripod. Come here.
Kota, come here. Kota, come here.
Why are you staring at am I in your chair? Do you want me to move? I can move. You want the seat to yourself?
Come here. What's your question? Yeah, what's your question? Yeah. You know I don't like when you look at me in the face. You look quite dapper in your scarf.
If we do go back to school, are we learning everything over again?
Yes. Because really everything we're doing is like review. Mostly it's all going to be factoring and solving quadratics if you look at the documents. We're going to go over everything. I am not going to hold you responsible for anything that we're doing this way. I'm not going to assume everybody has access to the internet or anything else. So this is just, we're going to do everything from scratch like when we come back. I just don't want you guys to go weeks without doing math, or even just 1 week without math. I'd prefer even spring break that you were doing math, because if you don't do it, you're going to forget it. I know I can speak from experience. I've forgotten a lot of advanced math because I don't do it on a regular basis. Kota, what are you looking at? You looking at Mom over there?
He smudged your...
Did he smudge it? Did he boop the glass?
Yeah.
I think he's mad at me. You want down? There you go. Oh. He just doesn't like the tripod where it's at. You literally walked... Whatever.
Maybe he's thirsty. He said, thank you. I'm never going to forget my junior year. I'm sorry.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, some people like learning and going to school. Would you want to stay home with your parents all day? Or if you have siblings?
Let me think of a tactful way to answer this question. They're about to close down your work, and we're about to be stuck in this house together.
Oh, trust me, I know. I was mad that you had to get an extra week off. I'm like, wait, that's my alone time.
We've been married now, like, is today even our anniversary? Nope, that's in 2 days. In 2 days, we've been married for 21 years. Mm-hmm. I love you, but you get on my nerves.
Same, boo. Same.
And I don't know how we're going to be able to coexist without killing each other.
How is my mom, like, my issue is, how is my mom going to exist?
Oh, yeah, because she's by herself.
Yes.
I need to check on my dad. Are you done hitting the tripod? What did he just do?
He's going to knock it over, I'm telling you. That's why I asked if he wanted to repeat it.
We might have to find a way to... Oh, you know what I could probably do is take that weight that I have and angle it in the middle. That'll put 10 pounds of pressure straight down, where it'll be much harder to move it.
That'll snap that.
You think?
Yes. You need
what if I do a string? Maybe a 5-pound weight?
That's better. As long as it's weighted.
Yeah, because it's really light right now and easy to move. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, I have the weight on the light over here, my key light.
That worked perfect for that boom light, huh?
Oh, it really did.
You're welcome.
All right, so if there's no more questions, let me see if anybody's even on the stream right now. I'm going to shut the stream down.
This is fine watching.
Yeah. I wish I could see who's actually watching. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to shut this down unless anybody has questions. I want to give you guys like 2 more minutes because of the delay to ask questions. If not, I'm going to shut the stream down and I'm going to be done for the day. You can still message me through the school the school stuff, and I will get back with you. Guys, just keep in mind, this live stream, I'm doing it because I'm bored at home, and anybody can use it. If you have friends that can use it, that need help with math, just tell them, hey, at 1 and 5, I'm going to be here asking questions. Probably going to have my wife sitting in the chair helping because she's here. Why not? You should see her face right now. That's actually kind of funny. She's just like, no, you're not doing it.
I don't care.
This is all really weird because I talk live, then that monitor over there is on a delay.
Mm-hmm.
But I can at least see it.
No, that one's live.
Oh, that one is live. All right, so that monitor's live.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, I can see the stream,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a 30-second delay.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even imagine you, because when I write, at least when I write, it looks like normal. To you, it looks completely backwards. Then you look at the screen, and it looks normal, and then you see the delay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to shut the stream down. Guys, hope this was helpful to y'all. I want to be back up and streaming at 1 p.m. tomorrow. If anybody needs any help, it doesn't even have anybody. I don't care. I'll be here to answer questions.